Urgent, Aldama provides the judge with new information about the companies involved in the illegal financing of the PSOE through Venezuela. Let's begin. Hello everyone and welcome to a new edition of Medidas Cautelares. Urgent edition because, as all the followers of Medidas Cautelares knew for a couple of days now since we reported it here, Aldama was going to present new evidence about the illegal financing of the PSOE after that criminal complaint filed by the former number 2 of Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez. Well, that statement by Victor de Aldama has just taken place, a secret statement before the judge of the National Court, Ismael Moreno. And we can tell you in advance that Aldama has revealed new data, new information about the companies involved in the illegal financing of the PSOE through the famous PDVSA oil allocations worth $250 million. Which was given by Nicolas Maduro's regime to finance the Socialist International, presided over by Pedro Sánchez, and the Socialist Party itself, led by Pedro Sánchez. We have that information and we're going to share it on screen. But first, before anything else, remember to subscribe to the Medidas Cautelares channel as we're on our way to reaching 150,000 subscribers. And now we have this urgent breaking news on screen. Aldama provides the judge with new information about the companies involved in the illegal financing of the PSOE through PDVSA. And here you have a photograph of Victor de Aldama upon his arrival at the courthouse. From another day, an archive photo, and now let's go to the information. The businessman Victor de Aldama has provided new information about the companies involved in the alleged illegal financing of Pedro Sánchez's Socialist Party with oil allocations from the Venezuelan state company PDVSA. Legal sources consulted by Medidas Cautelares and Libertad Digital indicate that Aldama has once again testified in secret before the head of the Central Investigative Court No. 2 of the National Court, Ismael Moreno, to provide new information related to the alleged illegal financing of the PSOE and the Socialist International, which is chaired by Sánchez through the Venezuelan regime of Nicolas Maduro, using the now famous PDVSA oil quotas worth $250 million. His statement, we are told, took place this Wednesday and lasted for a little over an hour. And according to what we've learned during his appearance before the judge, the businessman provided new information related to the companies involved in the scheme. And this ties in with another exclusive we broke on Medidas Cautelares. And the same sources we consulted tell us that Aldama would have provided more data and additional information about the company. Apamate Corporate and Trust, investigated by the Civil Guards UCO, played a key role in channeling PDVSA oil quotas through then Transport Minister José Luis Ábalos Pemas UB. The former Prime Minister José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero. Afterwards, we had already reported this information. We connected it with an exclusive a few weeks ago. Then some media outlets copied it from us without even giving us credit. You already know that those who follow Medidas Cautelares, but you already know that those of you who follow Medidas Cautelares and read about it, I would have provided additional information about it for the sake of unity, and we connected it. I also told you this same week that Aldama was going to present new evidence, precisely after that prior lawsuit before filing a complaint for slander by Delcy Rodriguez, the current Chavista president of Venezuela. We connect, we move forward. Precautionary sources would have provided that the sources consulted, plus the Civil Guard unit, a lot of information will be precautionary. We move forward. The same sources would have provided exclusive complementary information. Consulted would have provided about UB. We connect with another exclusive. A lot of information will be, we connect with an exclusive. We reported it first on Medidas Cautelares. It's that Aldama himself would have provided more information, and that's what he did since this Wednesday. That is, we didn't have to wait long. As you can see, the information we publish here always comes true. It always comes true. We provide truthful and verified information. That's what was said about S.I. Rodriguez in that famous lawsuit before filing a complaint against Aldama. The defense team for Delcy Rodriguez, led by Baltasar Garzon's law firm, said it was untrue, false or not in line with reality. The statement consists of the accusation against Delcy Rodriguez claiming that she handed over to Aldama the envelope mentioned with the PDVSA quotas, which has been identified in the media, with a paper cover bearing the seal, logo or emblem of PDVSA. The defense of the Chavista president explained in the document that attributing the delivery of the envelope by Aldama to Delcy Rodriguez has a negative meaning and context because it implies an attribution of participation in a broad sense and not in strictly legal or criminal terms of Delcy Rodriguez, in offense that, at least against other people, could constitute a crime. It should be said that Aldama has stated on numerous occasions that the famous envelope with the PDVSA quotas worth $250 million was handed to him personally by Delcy Rodriguez. I also have to remind you about the exclusives we've been releasing in recent days about the precautionary measures, which you've been able to read on Libertad Digital. And as we were saying, Victor de Aldama explained in his first statement before Judge Ismael Moreno, which took place last March, that the company Zapamate Corporate and Trust, linked to the banker associated with Chavismo and drug trafficking, supposedly deceased Francisco Flores, was used in the illegal financing operation of the PSOE. Specifically, this company Zapamate allegedly channeled the PDVSA quotas worth $250 million, which were used to irregularly finance the Socialist Party and the Socialist International, presided over by Sánchez. In other words, Aldama gives S.I. Rodriguez some PDVSA quotas worth $250 million, and that has to be converted not into cash, so to speak. And for that, they would have used this company, Zapamate Corporate and Trust, linked to Francisco Flores, who is supposedly deceased. Aldama also told Judge Moreno, in that first statement made in March, that Zapamate was the key company in the PSOE criminal scheme. To illegally finance themselves with funds from Nicolas Maduro's Venezuelan regime, the businessman explained at the National Court that José Luis Ábalos started the procedures to channel the funds from PDVSA's oil quotas through Apamate, and that later José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero took over handling it, according to Aldama's testimony before Judge Moreno. Zapatero channeled these PDVSA quotas through Apamate, using different payments and employing bank accounts in different countries, such as Panama or Russia. And this is the extremely important breaking news that we're revealing on Medidas Cautelares. The businessman Victor de Aldama has just stated again in his accounts that PSOE has and that PSOE has not paid and that he has paid nothing. Illegal financing of Pedro Sánchez's Socialist Party. Aldama has revealed new information about the companies involved in this scheme, which would have been used to channel the funds. Oil quotas from the Venezuelan state company PDVSA worth $250 million. These quotas would have been used to finance the Socialist International, presided over by Pedro Sánchez and Pedro Sánchez's own Socialist Party. It should be noted that these dealings allegedly involved first the then Minister of Transport José Luis Ábalos and later the former Prime Minister José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero, using companies, using businesses, and apart from the company Apamate, bank accounts would have been used, accounts in places like Panama or Russia. This is the latest breaking news we're revealing, and of course any updates that continue to emerge about this matter or any other, you'll have them here, exclusively. Here on Medidas Cautelares, that's it for this edition of Medidas Cautelares. I hope you enjoyed the information, this new video. Share it with whoever you want, family, friends, co-workers, and leave me your opinions, your likes, and your thumbs up. Do you think the illegal financing of the PSOE will end up bringing down Pedro Sánchez? Well, leave me your opinions. You know I read them very carefully, and I really enjoy reading them. And let me remind you that we have to keep supporting this community so it can continue to grow. We have already surpassed 140,000 subscribers, and we have also surpassed 114 members. You already know, to become a member you can do it as a chosen one for less than €4 a month or as a supreme member for less than €8 a month. You can contribute via Bizum at 627-556-370, 627-556-370, 627-556-370. The most important thing, as I always say, is that this information reaches everyone because information is power. See you soon.